Automatic negative thoughts are thoughts and beliefs that are involuntary that can have a negative impact on our moods and relationships. We all have them, it's a part of the human experience. However, most of us aren't aware that they exist, and because it's just a part of who you are, it's normalized until that there's a problem. Like, we learn a lot about ourselves in relationships where, mirroring back who you are. And so that's when you recognize, okay, I have this pattern as it relates to this particular situation. So you want to identify it, acknowledge it, identify the patterns, and get to the root of where that automatic negative thought derive from, because most of the times they are rooted in past experiences, trauma, or situations that maybe you were made to feel bad for being vulnerable, or someone made you feel bad for needing something. So current situation is you're in a dark space, you need some help, support, but the automatic negative thought is, I don't want to lean on my support, I don't want to call my mom because I don't want to be a burden. So the automatic negative thought is feeling like you'll be a burden if you reach out to your support system. You want to challenge that thought, and ways that you can do it is by asking, can I be 100% sure that that is true? Like, I'll be a burden. What's the worst outcome? What's the worst thing that can happen if I reach out? Or if so-and-so was in this position or had this thought, what would I tell them? What advice would I give them? How would I respond to them if they had this thought? Okay, but even sometimes after we challenge the negative thought, we may still struggle to move forward for whatever reason. And so what I like to do is ask the question, what's the alternative? Basically, current situation, I'm in a dark space, I need some support. An automatic negative thought may be, I don't want to reach out to my mom, friend, or whomever because I don't want to feel like I'm a burden, which is rooted in a past experience. But I've challenged that thought. I do understand that my mom, by challenging that thought, I came to realize that my mom always encouraged me to reach out if I need her. She has never failed me. She's always come through, and she's a positive person overall, and she's always helping people. So I recognize that my thought was automatic negative thought, and I challenged that, but I'm still struggling because maybe I'm struggling with being vulnerable or whatever the case is. And so what you can do is ask yourself, what's the alternative? So in that situation, option one would be to reach out to my mom for some support, let her know what's going on, and allow her to help me. Option two would be to take matters into my own hands, suffer in silence, resort to substances, or just a variety of unhealthy coping strategies that have many risks involved that are guaranteed to make the situation worse. Whereas going with option one, where I call lean on my mom, seems more favorable, seems like an option that is more likely to have a positive result, which is what I need right now, because what I don't want is to make the situation worse. So when you ask yourself that question, what is the alternative, and you just lay those options out, put it in your face, write it down, whatever you need to do, visualize it to really get that insight, and then that is almost certain that it will help you get over that hump and make a decision, because you're going to ask yourself, what's the alternative? Option one is more favorable. Option two is, it may seem like a short-term fix, like it worked, but it's guaranteed to have a long-term negative impact outcome, and that's what we don't want. And if it's hard, everything is hard, and sometimes we have to choose our pain. And so it's like, okay, this is hard, but this is even harder. So what's the better choice? The hard choice, that I would be all right and I would have a more favorable outcome, whereas I choose the short-term relief that's going to have a long-term negative impact, which was going to make my situation worse, which is what we don't want. So what's the alternative when you're stuck, even after you've challenged the negative thought?